I don't actively want to kill myself. I don't have a plan. Back in high school, there were a lot of morbid poems, some self harm, the overwhelming emotions that everyone labeled teen angst. In college, there was the depression that led me to forgetting to eat. But I come from a country where mental illness is not a medical thing. It can be cured if you start looking at happier things. Eventually, at the age of 23, I stumbled my way into treatment. After that, I celebrated each birthday with surprise because each age I hit was one I assumed I wouldn't reach. There is never a day I have not thought of dying. I fantasize about ways in which I can die. A car accident, falling down from stairs, a stumble. I don't know, there are many ways to die in which I don't look like I did it to myself. At 26, I've settled into a comfortable coexistence with my suicidality. We've made peace, or at least a temporary accord negotiated by therapy and medication. Take how we react to suicides in the news, especially of celebrities or public figures. There is shock and there is devastation. We have no idea they are struggling. There are calls to action. Reach out to someone, get help, call this number. For a few days, we flood Twitter with reminders that nobody is immune to suicide. Not even celebrities whose lives seem perfect to us. I don't think that begins to cover it. What about suicidal tendencies in those with autism, chronic pain, substance abuse, and what about the LGBTQ youth? I have friends who come from these intersections who are more suicidal than I am. And though that accounts for both passive and active ideation, it's the latter that eclipses most of my life. I'm a certified mental health first aider. Questions I was trained to ask in standard risk evaluation. 1. In the past few weeks, have you wished you were dead? 2. Do you wish you didn't have to go on living? 3. Are you having thoughts of hurting yourself? 4. Are you having thoughts of killing yourself? Sometimes I worry how will people react if they know my answer to all this will always be yes. It's still hard sometimes, but not as hard as you might think. What makes it a lot harder is being unable to talk about it freely. By free, I mean outside of my own therapy session, in a conversation with my friends or family where I say the word death and they don't immediately think of jumping to help, where people just want to listen and let me talk. The weight of this confession and the impossibility of explaining that it both is and isn't as serious as it sounds. I don't always want to be alive. Yes, I mean it. No, you shouldn't be afraid for me. No, I'm not in the danger of killing myself right now. Yes, I really, really mean it. I'm scared of talking about death or suicide. What if we acknowledge the possibility of suicidal tendencies all around us? Normalized asking and checking in. Can we talk about feeling suicidal? Not joke as we all started to do online. Really talk. As much as we talk about being depressed or anxious, would we finally be forced to see how common it is and start creating space for these conversations? Would it be the worst thing in the world if we started talking about not wanting to be alive? And what might help keep us here? The threat of suicide isn't like being carried over a waterfall. It is like living in the ocean, not as sea creatures do, native and equipped with feathery gills to dissolve oxygen from my bloodstream, but alone, with an expanse of water at all sides. Some days are unremarkable, floating under clear skies and smooth waters. Other days are tumultuous storms, and you don't know if you'll survive. But you're always, always in the ocean. You're always swimming. What we don't know is how many people live in the nebulous gray space between fleeting thought and attempt. Those deal with passive, not active ideation of suicide. People like me.